do you think that it is questionable to you personally that Mr. Uhuru Kenyatta's party's nominee ended up winning, being announced after he himself has been term limited? And could that have been the reason why those electoral members of the Independent Electoral Commission stepped aside? I know it's a long question, but.
Yeah, on the contrary, the deputy president and the president are not in the same party.
They're not, okay.
They're not in the same party.
But
and
that was his deputy, right?
Yeah, that was his deputy.
Okay.
I think, yeah, in our constitution, in our political landscape, any public servant or any Kenyan is allowed to go and vie for political office. You just have to follow the rules of the game. The only limitation is that the president can only serve 2 terms. So once he has served 2 terms, then he cannot come back into active politics, right? And so our Excellency, the president, is finishing his 2nd term, and so would be stepping off the stage. But in terms of any other Kenyan, even if they're in public office, there's rules and regulations that have been laid down by our constitution. You just need to exit your public office 6 months prior to the election.
Okay.
And then step into that. However, our deputy president being a deputy president, I think in our new constitution, there's many things we're still learning because it's a twin ticket. The president and the deputy are still in office, right? And then the deputy is also in elections, right? So I think we're learning to see just how we will manage those constitutionally.
But what I want clarity on is that the vice president is from a different political party than the president?
Yes.
Interesting. How did that come about?
I think at the point when they were getting ready to go onto the ballots, there was a window open for people to either resign from certain political parties and get into or create their own political parties, which obviously happened, right?
Okay.
Prior to the election process taking off. Yeah.
Okay. But I'm trying to find out how a president is from one political party, but his vice is also from a different political party, as you stated.
That's a good point. That's why I'm saying there's just coming into our new constitution, right? There's many fasts that we experience constitutionally that we will need to, find ways to overcome or mitigate, right? Because that's a scenario never seen before, that you're still an incumbent in office on the ticket that took you there, but you're different. And as a candidate in a current election, I mean, that's a constitutional anomaly that needs to be figured out legally, right?
Okay, all right.
But it's a first, yeah.
So going into the election, did the president have a favorite to succeed him? Did you, was that visible?
Yes, it was. His Honorable Raila Odinga was part of a coalition that the president is part of,
Oh, okay. So the outgoing president, Mr. Uhuru Kenyatta, his favorite to succeed him was Mr. Odinga.
Yeah, you could say that a lot of people concluded that would be the case based on his statements and his alignment and positioning, right? Yeah. Although he distanced himself by saying that he's open and not actually supporting any particular candidate, but some of his actions and some of his statements and some of his alignments, would imply that he probably has the right. Yeah.
So I think by your responses, it appears, because look, most of the time in Africa, when election irregularities occur, it's mostly because the existing government is using the state apparatus to cheat. But based on your responses, it doesn't appear to be the case in Kenya, and that the irregularities came from a different direction.
Right. Yeah, so, yeah. These we are going to definitely wait to see when the evidence is placed before the Supreme Court. Like I said, the irregularities came from different avenues for sure. The commission itself demonstrated, as a presidential aspirant, I experienced, by and large, free and fair to a degree, but a lot of irregularities at some point, which were challenged in court and court ruled over. So yes, it will be good to see the overall ruling, the Supreme Court, over the
and
entire.
We're talking about irregularities, but not necessarily violence.
Right? Yes.
There weren't any issues of violence during the election.
No, it was a very peaceful election.
Wow.
I mean, one like never before. Very peaceful. Kenyans have matured democratically, and even post announcement, we did not experience the usual crazy post-election violence that we've seen in the past, based on the same kind of outcomes and scenarios, which shows maturity in the citizenship and also in the electoral process. However, we continue to pray for peace and unity. It's really critical because things change on the landscape day by day. So it's a continuous prayer for peace to prevail in the nation. One of the things that is concerning is some of the deaths and the insecurity for the commission staff. You get it? That I think is a matter of concern that we need to be able to get a hand of. Yeah.
Okay. All right.